Alright guys, we'll be starting very shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the Piers Morgan interview, and then once we've done that, we'll then probably go through and we'll probably break down some rap songs for like political messages and stuff. So it might be a little bit of Knox Hill, all that sort of stuff. So if you have any rap songs you do want to break down that have like a political message, please post them in chat when we and we'll go through and we'll drag them out at the end, and basically we'll break them down. So let's jump into it. Let's get started. Because I was going to go through and do this as a recording and then just put it up, but to be honest, I kind of feel like going live. Fuck it, we'll go live, as they say. So, alright. Let's build my prisons on Hollywood. Okay, so that's not the one we want, first of all. The first one we want, that's related, is the... I had it up and then I opened a thingy. I had it up and then I opened it to like go through and... There we go. Right, so it is 15 minutes. Now, obviously, what happens is Tom Macdonald actually comes up first. And then after Tom, it then goes through and goes on to the DJ Vlad and Khalib. It's a pity that Tom and Khalib went on the same call. I don't know if they just really don't like each other or if it was like pre-recorded. If I was to give any benefit of the doubt, I'd say that Piers probably pre-recorded with Tom, maybe. But let's jump into it. Let's break it down. As for the interview, the first interview will be with Tom. And then the next two will be the interviews with the establishment guys. Quite literally establishment. But yeah, it's with the DJ Vlad and the Talib Khalib. And then with the Tom, we're not going to pause too much. But yeah, most of the stuff we want to break down is TJ Vlad and Talib. But the Tom part provides context, so it's important.
Well, this begs the question, has hip-hop gone woke? I spoke to Ben about his unlikely transformation into a rap heavyweight yesterday. And today I'm joined by the artist who actually crafted the song, Tom Macdonald. So, Tom, well, first of all, congratulations on this runaway smash hit. You're actually entitled to celebrate it because you are a bona fide rapper. Ben, I'm not quite so convinced by. Maybe a one-hit wonder. First of all, are you surprised by the backlash, or did you predict the backlash and that was one of the reasons you did the song in the first place?
Well, I've made a lot of sort of anti-woke anthems over the years, and there's always a certain degree of backlash that comes with it. So this one was sort of, you know, a lot of my relationship with the audience is call and response. I make a song, people respond in the way that they do, and then I respond again with the next song. So, you know, Facts with Ben is sort of the cap on a long line of anti-woke anthems that have been met with pretty heavy criticism.
People in the black rap community have come out and said, look, this is just blatant cultural appropriation racism because you're accusing all their music that they produce.
I just want to say, I've seen like a lot of people talking about this, and to be honest, hey ferrets, hey everybody, the vast majority of people I have seen have turned out and have supported Tom and the message. It's only been a few that have sort of like lost their SHIT. And here you are, I thought you were just a myth. Turns out you do exist. I do exist. I've been busy. I've been working. I've been crazy working. It's been crazy.
Of being about selling drugs, pushing guns, strip.
But that part's true. They literally do that. Like, name a top rap song, right? You got Wet Ass, you know what, by WAP, by, was it Cardi B or whatever it was? Megan Thee Stallion, whatever it is. Like, Eminem used to sell albums where he would kill his mum and dad and he, you know, homophobic terms and stuff, right? Like, you know, NWA was always F the police and all this sort of stuff, right? You got Kanye West and Jay-Z who put out a song probably 10, 15, 20 years ago where it's called N-Word in Paris. Hey, how are you, John? So at the end of the day, like, you know, like, it's like, name a rap song that doesn't push these sort of these tropes. It's like there's very few that don't, and they tend to be a lot of the underground stuff, like the conscious rappers. Like we'll talk about it. We'll break it down in a bit with Knox Hill, but Knox Hill is one that also doesn't push it, and like he's also massively independent. I don't know any establishment figure. Oh, we've got Duran the Rapper too. We could talk to. We could break down. We'll do that one too, actually. But like even Duran the Rapper, like I know I was misspelling his name. Duran the Rapper. I'm not subscribed. That is criminal. I'm trying to think of which one it is where he literally talks about this. Still breathing, maybe? Is it this one?
Everybody talking about it.
Yeah, okay, it's that. We'll break this down in a bit. But like Duran the Rapper is another guy that sings about this conscientious rap stuff, right? And he is also massively independent. I don't know any established media or establishment rapper that sings about things that aren't sort of like get guns, get drugs, get bitches, you know, like they might have been trying to clean up their image the past 5 years, and this is something that Piers touches on. But like, can anybody in chat? There's 3 or 4 of you in there. Anyone name a song like that's not the past 5 years that hasn't sort of pushed these pro drugs, pro guns, pro gangster, you know, women are whores, you know, like, can anyone name a song that's like establishment, that's like top 100? I can't.
Polls turning us sons into thugs and so on.
It's snowing here in Nevada. You're in Nevada, right, John? Dude, snow would be great. Dude, you say it's snowing and you're complaining. I'm in Australia and it's like 40 degrees over here. It is like, yeah, Nevada, yeah. Like we literally like we've got like 40-degree heat, and like it's like it's another day in paradise.
What do you say to that criticism?
I think that there's all types of rappers out there. There's black rappers, and white rappers, and Asian rappers, and Indian rappers, all types of rappers. And I don't think that criticizing sort of the status quo of the genre or criticizing the prevalent content of the music, I don't agree that there's anything racist about that.
What struck me is that there seems to have been more outrage over you guys lampooning this style of rap music than there is about the actual rap music, which often to me gets an extraordinary pass from criticism. And I said to Ben yesterday, when you have John Legend rewriting Baby It's Cold Outside because it's so offensive, but doesn't rewrite any of the lyrics of any of his rap friends, there's an obvious double standard.
So before Tom answers that, we're going to circle back to this point because it's actually a really, really interesting point. And we'll let him answer and then we'll bring it up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sort of in general, over the last 10 to 15 years, there's been very prevalent themes in hip hop. Sort of objectifying women and glorifying violence and romanticizing drug abuse and stuff like that. And I think that hip hop,
Like, there was literally a rapper called Little Zane. I think his name was Little Zane. Like, and his name came because of Xanax. You literally had a rapper named after a drug. And like all these other like these rappers are complaining about Tom. It's like, nah, man, that's not real. That's not true, bro. Nah, really?
likes to think of itself as quite a woke genre, and none of those things seem to quite align with what the woke mob is standing up and being vocal against. So I think it's a little bit hypocritical, but you know.
Do you think you can be number one on the Billboard chart, or do you think you may get subtly?
No, they're going to stop him. They're gonna say that they did not retrieve the information or the numbers in time or something. You watch. They are not. There's no way they are putting Tom Macdonald and Ben Shapiro on the number one Billboard spot. No way it's happening.
Shadow ban to stop you getting there.
Well, it's happened before. I've had Billboard refuse to count my album sales. I'm completely independent. There's no record label. There's no distribution. There's no marketing team. Nothing.
I think that was
I
Brave,
make all of
wasn't
my
it?
beats. I write all the songs. My girlfriend shoots the music videos.
Was it
entirely
Brave? They
independent
refused
of
to
the
count?
music industry. So censorship, suppression, shadow banning is very familiar with all of those things. Like I said, Billboard's refused to count my album sales.
I would say that, Tom, no offense to you, bro, but at the end of the day, you don't know anything about shadow banning. You want to talk to shadow banning? You need to call me. This channel is massively shadow banned. But shadow banned suppressed, like, insane amounts.
Sales before. They've removed me off the trending charts on YouTube. My distribution company, TuneCore, which is supposed to be the alternative for artists who don't want to sign a major record deal, they are supposed to be able to go to TuneCore and independently release their own music. So I had TuneCore deny release of this song and say that they will not host it in any form because of quote unquote lyrical content. So, I think the buzz is there, and I think the press is there, and I think that the proof is in the pudding. I have access to the sales numbers, as do many other people. So I think it would be pretty hard for Billboard at this point in time to just blatantly snub us from the Billboard charts.
Can you make one promise finally, Tom, which is if you do get there, you don't make as part of your celebration a decision to do a whole album with Ben Shapiro? I don't think any of us could stomach that.
I want to see that. I really, really do.
Probably
I can
not even
absolutely
you.
make that promise. I can absolutely make that promise.
Tom, congratulations on the success. I love the record because I see what you're doing with it, and I applaud you for it. It's sending up a lot of double standard, and I think that's important. Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Piers.
Okay, we heard.
So I reckon that was pre-recorded. And that's probably why they didn't have them all on at the same time. Or maybe the other guys or Tom didn't want to be on the same call as the other guys because they was worried it was going to turn into like a screaming match, but who knows.
Heard from Tom, but now let's hear from the hip-hop establishment. Joining me now from New York is a highly respected.
The establishment is a really good word to use for that because that's what they are. They are establishment.
Rapper Talib Kweli, who also co-hosts the Midnight Miracle.
Now, this guy, we'll break down a lot he says because, to be honest, I think he's racist. But it's interesting because they're going to say he works with David Chappelle. And it's like, how does this guy work with David Chappelle? He seems to think everybody that's right of Stalin is a bad person from World War II. So,
Miracle podcast with Dave Chappelle and the DJ and digital media mogul DJ Vlad. Well,
now this guy here, DJ Vlad, that you see on the screen, in my opinion, has some massive white guilt. He needs to learn that no matter what he does they're not going to accept you, bro. You do not have the right skin color for people like this guy here to accept you. No matter what you do, you're going to always be an outsider. And as soon as he learns and realizes that, he'll be able to shed some of this white guilt that he seems to have. Are you anywhere near where the dig for opal out there in Australia? No, that's in like Central Australia. We have a place called Winston, where you can dig for black opal. Yeah, so you're talking about the opal mines. They're in like Central Australia. The opal mines are yeah, that's like Central Australia. They're really hot. That out there, they're like 50 degrees. They actually like build underground and stuff too.
A very high-powered panel to respond. So let me start with you then, Tally. You and I have locked horns before on Twitter, as it used to be.
Yeah, you used to troll me on Twitter.
I think we both like to express ourselves forcefully, and absolutely no problem in doing that. What is your objection to this song?
Well, first of all, forgive my voice because I'm coming off tour. My voice sounds a little scratchy.
I like the fact this is like, forgive, might lose power here. Oh, sorry to hear, man. I like the fact he says, like, coming off tour. Be safe if you do, man. All right? Be safe. It says, like, I'm coming off tour. It's sort of like, it's sounded a bit like a flex, but, yeah.
Forgive me.
I want
Sounds
to
pretty cool,
congratulate Tom. Okay, cool. I want to congratulate Tom Macdonald on his journey in sobriety because that's very...
That's a cheap blow. He has to... The first thing he brings up when asked is about Tom's sobriety, which, by the way, Tom has been very vocal about in the past. And it's sort of like, bro, like, the first thing you have to bring up is sort of like a backhanded sort of like pat on the back. That, you know, like, you're like, hey, congratulations on your success and your sobriety, and you know, it just seems very backhanded sort of compliment.
very important to note that part of his story is about his journey in sobriety. I do think it's very cowardly and very racist to blame hip-hop for his addiction.
He's going to throw that R word around a lot. It gets very frustrating. But, you know, I've had to sit through this interview about 5 times now, so, you know, you guys have to sit through it once, at least.
As if white people don't have addiction issues. That's first and foremost.
Can he say anywhere, can you see anywhere where he says that Tom has not said that? I'd like to know. Point to a situation where Tom has turned around and said, my addiction is because of the rapping community. Now, it's fair that Tom has said that he grew up in a nice home and a mum and dad and a good family. And he has talked about some of the influence that the rap community has had. But I don't think Tom has sat there and blamed the rap community for 100% of his addictions. But, you know.
But if we're going to talk about the song Facts with Ben Shapiro, let's have a facts versus feelings conversation, which is something that Ben Shapiro always says. The hook of the song is "This ain't rap," which I agree with. It's not rap, it's not hip hop, has nothing to do with rap. Pierce, you're wrong. The song has nothing to do with rap. This song, he says, money, cars.
Imagine the ego of telling someone your song is not rap, but which, by the way, is factually inaccurate. Tom's song actually makes up the definition of rap. What he's saying, or what Tom says when he says that this is not rap, I presume, is he's talking about that this is not the standard rap that we're singing about. But, yeah.
Clothes. We ain't selling drugs. We ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns. We ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs and your daughters into hoes. This is not facts. He completely erased all conscious hip hop. You see, I got this shirt from Tribe Called Quest, one of the greatest rap groups of all time. He erased what I do. He erased what my people do. And most of my friends don't rap about those things. Tom is...
So then my problem is this, is why aren't you going through and amplifying Tom's message? You have a guy on the internet who is got 4.9 million subscribers on YouTube. Right? He has obviously got a fan base. And your reaction is that this guy can't rap because he's racist. Right? But, but you seem to have some of the same messages that Tom sings about. So instead of constantly trying to gatekeep, which is what you're actually doing, trying to gatekeep the community or gatekeep the community away from certain rappers, which, by the way, you're failing at, why don't you work with them? That would be my response was, well, if you have the same sort of message, work together.
Lying about rap.
Well, yeah,
and,
but hang on.
to
Okay,
claim-
all right. Yeah, but hang on. I don't think he's saying all rappers do. In fact, he made a point of saying he doesn't mean all rappers or all hip hop stars. But there's no doubt some do. There's no doubt some do that.
He made a point. Of course. And there's some country music artists and some heavy metal artists that participate in violent and sexual content. But I would never make.
What does that have to do with Tom and rap? Like, does like some of the country music artists go through and do that? Yeah, of course they do. Guess what? I would expect them to get called out just as much as Tom does. It calls out the black community or the rap community for their shit. Just because, like, country music is going through and singing about, like, and encouraging alcohol and domestic violence, doesn't mean you guys are right when you do it. It just means you're both wrong, to be honest. We're having some connection problems here, guys, so I presume if you're still here, congrats. But it seems like the YouTube shadow banning is in full swing because I keep watching the views drop like a stone. And, we'll go from, like, literally 3 viewers down to 0 and then back up to 3, like, in a graph that literally, like, is looking like a V right now. And I know there's no way there's 3 people that are just leaving the stream all at the same time and then rejoining. Like, unless everybody is getting the sudden urge to hit refresh. Yeah, you're having connection problems? Yeah, okay. It's not on my end. It's YouTube. They really don't like this channel. And to be honest, like, one of those viewers is actually on my other screen at the moment because I always like tune in with the other TV. I can literally see the problems it's having, and there's no way that TV over there that I'm looking at right now is going through and is, like, refreshing the stream, because if it was, I would have to be doing it. So it's something that YouTube's doing on their end. But, it is what it is. Welcome to YouTube 2023, where shadow banning is way of life. And I have absolutely no drop frames on my end. The connection is listed as excellent. It's literally YouTube putting their thumbs on the scale.
Make a song, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't specify that he meant some rap in the song. He specified that on your show when you question him. But on the song, he's saying, I'm trying to be offensive, and I'm hoping to upset people. So guess what? As a black man who does hip hop, I'm offended. If you were trying to offend me, well, then you did a good job. To claim that rap or art is a cause of violence and or cause of addiction in his life is irresponsible and hypocritical.
But once again, he didn't say that. He didn't say rap is the cause of all my drunken problems when I was a teenager. I'm assuming the reason why Tom had that battle with sobriety is a lot to do with culture and growing up in the rap community and having a lot of other rappers do the drugs. So, like, is it linked tangentially? Sure. But, like, I don't think Tom has said, like, listening to rap is going to make you an alcoholic.
A bomb drops in a nation, it falls on the just and the unjust. I watched a movie called Oppenheimer last night about a white man who made an atomic bomb that dropped on Japanese people because another white man genocided 6 million.
You notice everything is about race with this guy. Right? It's a white man that drops a bomb on another white man. Well, for a start, the Japanese, I don't think you can actually class it as them being white. And he's a black rapper. Right? I'm a black rapper. You're a white man. Everything is racial with this guy. Everything is down racial lines. It is... Oh, it's so pathetic. And this guy is just like sitting here thinking probably like, this is what I tuned in for.
6 million Jewish people. Killers of the Flower Moon is a great movie about a white men who go and pillage and steal from Native American.
Again, white man and Native Americans. It's always like, I get if you want to describe a movie, you got to use those sort of contexts, right? But like everything with this guy, everything is racial. Every time, it's always, every verb has to be about race.
People, yesterday, a Trump fan from Philly decapitated his father because his father was voting for Joe Biden. That's like vanilla ISIS. You can't tell me that in the culture that...
I'd love to look into that. I must admit, I've been meaning to look into that. But, like... What Trump fan is decapitating his dad because he works for the FBI? Like, I'm sorry, what? The guys that go like back the blue and the ones that like are like overwhelmingly in support of most of the police officers supposedly decapitated his dad because he was a Fed. I'm gonna guess the reason he decapitated his dad was probably because he was nuts. And I don't think it really mattered if he was Trump or Biden supporter. Guess what? He's probably nuts. He decapitated someone. Like...
He claims that he stands for, that there's no violence in sex. You can't tell me that. Anyone who supports Trump, like Tom Macdonald does in his music, after Trump's mugshot, after January 6th, after this man has been in...
Trump literally lives in this man's head rent-free. He really, really does. This is the epitome of Trump derangement syndrome. To be able to be brought onto a live TV show that's talking about the rap community and how it influences young minds, and to pivot it to the point where you start talking about effing Donald Trump.
Indicted for rape and has 91 felonies. You can't tell me.
He has been indicted for it, but was never proven. In fact, that court case was thrown out. Guess what? You can indict a hand sandwich. Doesn't mean you're going to win the court case. The same thing with Trump. He was indicted for it, but it was never proven. Which is why he said indicted and not convicted. Big difference.
Tell me about Blue Lives Matter. You can't tell me that you're about law and order. You're being a hypocrite.
Okay, powerful words. DJ Vlad, you've been sitting there patiently. What do you make of all this?
I mean, I agree somewhat with Talib Kweli, who's also a friend of mine. The problem is that when you talk about...
Dude, you need better friends. Because, like, he is literally going to throw you under the bus in this interview. You'll see in a sec.
Rap, and you want to talk about the gangster lyrics, the violent lyrics, the drug lyrics. When you look at rap as a whole, when you look at the biggest rappers in the world right now, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, these guys aren't rapping about drugs. They're not talking about violence.
I know one of those names, which is Drake. Right? So they go on about like this whole like, oh, it's not the rap community, right? Here's Cardi B's WAP. Cardi B is one of the biggest rappers. Right? Yes, she actually does sing about rap. whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak 7 days a week, wet ass pussy, make that pull-out game weak. They're literally trying to like make out that there's no such thing. There's no such problem with sex or turning women into hoes or drugs or gang or thug life when it comes to the rap community. That's all. No, that doesn't exist, bro. You're silly. Right? Let's look at NWA. F the police. Lyrics. Here's NWA. Right about now, NWA court is in full effect. Judge Dre presiding. In the case of NWA versus the police department, prosecuting attorneys are MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Easy Mother Effin' E. Order, order, order. Ice Cube, take the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth? Blah, 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 blah. You're damn right. F the police coming straight from the underground. Hey, there's no problem with turning your son into gangsters. By the way, have you heard of the NWA F the Police song? Right? Hey, it's an old song. Maybe they're changed, right? Let's look up. We can do this all day. We can literally sit here all day and find verse after verse after verse. Right? I'm so ball. I ball so hard. And my mothers want to find me, but first N-words gotta find me. What's 50 grand to a mother effer like me? Can you please remind me? This shit's so crazy. You don't understand. They do shit phase me. You don't know that it doesn't shit phase me. Sorry. Looking like it's gravy. I am liable to go, Michael. Take your pick. Jackson, Tyson, Gordon, game 6. I got a broke clock rollies that don't tick-tock. Like, you escape what I escape. You'll be in Paris getting effed up too. Like, and by the way, this song is like 2010. F the Police came out in 1988. And then this one here came out in 2020. So it's like nothing's changed. Yeah, there might be some rappers who have gone through and don't sing about drugs or whores or drugs or gangster life or anything like that. But they're in the very few and far between. The vast majority of them do. And this is what, obviously, Duran the Rapper talks about, too. We'll break his songs down in a minute after this. But let's look at the top, say top 50, say top 25 rap songs. Right, so top 50 hip-hop songs of all time. Right? Right, number 1 is Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, The Message. Right, let's just see. I don't know this song, but let's see if this has the same sort of lyrics. Here it is here. Let's listen to it, Ashley. We'll listen to it. let's play a game of how long we'll last before we start getting the sort of like the thug life rapper sort of turning women into hoes, turning guys into thugs. Let's see how long we last before we get into that, right? Oh, hang on. Have we already failed? Does this count as a fail? They're walking down the street carrying a ghetto blaster and looking like a bunch of thugs. Does this count, or chat, or should we at least ignore this part and keep going?
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
It's a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. He's talking about being killed in the first 10 seconds of the verses. We've already failed this song. It's Dansky's. He's already done the fail straight off the bat. Right, what's the next one? Sugar Hill Gang Rappers Delight. Right, let's see if Sugar Hill is any better.
Here's Wonder Mike, Hank, and Master G, the Sugar Hill Gang.
The hip hop, you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, rubber to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. When I'm imp the dimp, the ladies pimp, the women fight for my delight, but I'm the grand master with the
Okay, we failed. Well, we didn't even get a minute into the song, people. Went on to pimp, the ladies pimp.
The women fight.
The women fight for my delight. Failed already. We're already talking about women being pimps and hoes. Do I need to keep going? Or have I proved the point enough at this point? Every time out of the top 50 rappers, how many have sung or have lyrics that contain women being hoes, men being pimps, or drug dealers, or gangsters, or whatever? How many times has that been discussed? I imagine it's probably the vast majority of all 50 songs. But here's the thing I want to show. This is Ice Cube, on Bill Maher talking about this.
Nah.
No.
You know, it's weird how the names are always changing every like 20 or 30 years. Somebody wants to put a new label on the same thing.
You mean ethnic names?
Yeah. You know,
right.
It seems like, you go from this to that and the other.
Right.
At the end of the day. And,
people of color used to be, reversed 50 years ago.
Yeah, and it's just done to really keep us bickering and, chasing these words.
Okay, so
and not really getting to the root of the issues, which are most of the time very common if we really go down to the root of it.
Could not agree more.
Yeah.
But you said it's being done to divide us. Okay, by who? Who's doing it?
Well, who benefits and profits off our bickering and our division?
Who?
It's like follow the money. I don't know their names, Bill, but if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see, okay, this is an industry. Okay, let's take rap music.
Let's take it.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So
the same people that own the labels own the prisons. Let that sink in. The same people that are selling albums, telling your kids to be gangsters, telling your women to be hoes, and telling your kids that you should run around with guns and encouraging all this sort of behavior are the same people that run and own the prison system. That is mind-blowing and should be illegal. Talk about a conflict of interest. It's like the same people that own rehabilitation systems or clinics also sell drugs.
So,
literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. So, it seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word.
That is mind-blowing. I want to check this out in my spare time. Spare time? What's that? But yeah, that was Ice Cube talking about it. And I should let go on Indie Feather.
The records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
But they didn't make you write those lyrics.
It's not about making somebody write the lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. Certain flavors are exposed on the record. Some records are made by committee. Meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics. We're gonna have that. So the narrative is really kind of, structured and really made into what the record company want the record to be, and what a lot of artists are frustrated with this kind of music making. A lot of people, feel like they're being controlled by the label. This is how they do it. So you have, the record company pushing the narrative,
So this is getting back to the point, right? Tom comes out and makes a record saying that the rap industry is at least partly responsible for pushing the message that your kids are going to grow up, like your kid's going to grow up to be a gangster if he's male, or grows up to be a hoe if he's a woman, right? And that the rapping community is pushing children down this line. That same rap community, the same label owners or managers that run every major label, also run the prison system and own prisons where your kids are going to grow up and be in if they listen to this music. And all of a sudden, Tom points this out. Hey, guys, maybe this music is not the best for you. Maybe we should be a little bit more responsible with the message that we're going to push. And what happens? Whole bunch of people lose their SHIT. How dare you say that? Don't mention that. I wonder why they got upset. I wonder.
So.
But let's get back to the Tom Macdonald and this interview.
violence. They're not talking about, beating women or whatever else. And I think a lot of times when you have these songs that try to generalize these types of things,
they're not really.
It oversimplifies things and it gives rap in general a bad name. So it's kind of annoying. And listening to the song, on face value, it doesn't sound like he's really saying anything wrong. But a lot of times when you have these sort of white supremacist type of sayings, like for example, all lives.
Like I say, this guy is wrapped with white guilt. He is trying so hard to be a good ally. Bro, they're never going to accept you. Stop trying. They're never going to accept you if you keep pushing this whole. The people that you want to suck up to and you want to accept you, they're never going to accept you. You're better off joining Tom Macdonald and the rest of the people that are anti-establishment, because I'm sorry, you were born the wrong shade.
Lives matter. From the outside looking in, of course all lives matter. But it's really a shot at Black Lives Matter and kind of trying
No, it's not. That's the thing. All Lives Matter came about because you could literally be on Twitter and say Black Lives Matter is fine, Brown Lives Matter is fine, Jewish Lives Matter is fine, Mexican lives is fine, Indian lives is fine, but as soon as you said white lives are fine or matter, that was it. That was the end of it. People lost it. That's how the All Lives Matter came about, was because people realized soon as you said white lives matter, people lost it. You could say everything else, every other race under the sun. You just weren't allowed to say white lives matter. So then they turned around and said, well, all lives matter. And that was also proving the point too, because they still lost it. You could literally say any life matters except for white. As soon as you lump the white guys in as mattering, that was it.
Trying to undermine that type of thing. So I really don't like, what we call in hip hop sneak dissing. And I feel this song has a lot of sneak dissing.
Tell me, would it be fair to say that hip hop has moved to a, for want of a better word, a better place? That the biggest stars no longer want to rap about stuff that caused all the offense, and actually it's changed. Is that accurate?
See, I don't think that this should be a conversation with 3 white people and 1 black person about this.
Once again, it's all about race with this guy. I don't think this is a conversation with 3 white guys and a black guy. Really? You don't think white rappers get to say what happens in the rap community? One of the biggest rappers in all of time is Eminem. The guy has literally put out a bunch of diss tracks this week, or the past couple of, this week especially, but over the past 10 years, and has just figuratively buried another rapper. The guy is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rapper of all time, and he is white. And you are saying that white people should not have a view on the rap community. So Eminem doesn't get to say?
The state of hip hop and a referendum on hip hop. I think that's the wrong direction to go. One more thing I'm gonna say about Donald Trump is that Tom Macdonald is an immigrant.
Again, with the Trump. Dude, we're talking about the rap community. Not interested in hearing your thoughts on Trump. You can go and live in your Trump derangement syndrome and keep it company. We don't care. We're talking about the rap community.
Donald Trump just said immigrants are poisoning our blood here in America.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. He said illegal immigrants. And by the way, these are the same people that the New York City has told has to go home. What? Let's hang on. New York City tells immigrants to go home. New York mayor warns immigrants with no vacancy flyers. New York struggling to keep up with demand. Why are so many migrants coming to New York? Because Texas is busting them up there in a very, very Chad move. Illegal immigrant flips the middle finger after being charged with attacking New York police officers. Like, this is New York City. We're a sanctuary city. Everybody's welcome. Until, oh shit, no, they're not. Go home, sorry. Bye.
Donald Trump uses white nationalist rhetoric from Mein Kampf.
No, he
Hitler all the
doesn't.
time.
Oh my god, he's so frustrating. Trump has literally disavowed the white supremacists. And he did it about 18 times back in 2016. But this guy doesn't know that because he doesn't actually listen to what Trump has to say. He listens to NBC and ABC, blah, blah, blah.
This guy is a supporter of his.
Yeah,
This song is called Facts.
Hang on. Listen, you can have your views about Donald Trump. That's fine. And by the way,
I'm surprised Piers Morgan, and this is probably an L on Piers Morgan's part, let him run so long. But Piers Morgan is also establishment, so I get it.
You can
No,
say...
I said, I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
No.
I'm done with that. That's why I was going to the song.
That's interesting. Soon as Piers tries to push back against some of this, I'm done with it, I don't want to talk. He's not able to back up what he says with a discussion. It happens so many times, so regularly. People in the street my man and the women in the street, when I talk to people, the far lefties, they will literally shut down the interview because they don't want to back up their claims. They will say something, and as soon as I push back against it, they shut down the argument. Shut down the debate. I don't want to talk about this.
Get it, but the idea that I'm not allowed to, or DJ Vlad isn't allowed to, comment about hip-hop or rap is ridiculous.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, you actually did. You did.
DJ Vlad, no, I didn't. Let me be clear. DJ Vlad is a controversial figure in our culture. A lot of people accuse him of being a culture vulture. That is not.
He's on national radio, national TV. By the way, they're friends. These two are supposedly friends. And this guy here turns around and says, this guy over here is a controversial figure. Some of the people in the rap industry claim he's a culture vulture. I don't do that. I don't say that. But some people in the industry do. And I'm going to bring it up on a live TV show to let you all know that some people in the community, not me though, he's my friend, but some people in the community call him a culture vulture. Dude, DJ, you need better friends, bro. You really need better friends. Because if I was on national live TV and my friend said that about me, I would be pissed.
Not a criticism that I personally agree with, although I do understand the argument. I
don't agree with it, but I do understand the argument. Holy shit.
If unbeknownst to a lot of people, I've done more songs with white rappers than any rapper you can name, any black rapper you can name. My next single is featuring Mac Miller, rest in peace. I work with Macklemore. I work with R.A. the Rugged Man. There's no problem with white people.
He can mention 3 people that are all left-wing, by the way. R.A. Rugged Man was on Timcast and got literally shot down in flames. Mac Miller is pretty far lefty, and Macklemore is pretty far lefty. Talk about living in a bubble.
In hip-hop. There's a problem with racist white people in hip-hop. And Tom MacDonald's song is racist and is factually incorrect. And I could...
It's not racist. To turn around and say that there is a history of the rap community pushing drugs, pushing guns, pushing violence, pushing criminal activity is not a racist thing. Because guess what? Oh, sorry, I just closed it. I just closed the Cardi B song. Hang on, let me bring it up again. Because, like, here is Cardi B's WAP. That is literally doing it. NWA is literally doing it. And in Paradise by Jay-Z and Kanye was literally doing it. The Message from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 was doing it. Every song we brought up was doing it. We couldn't even go a minute in the top 250 songs in all of time that didn't push the message. And this idiot is sitting here on TV, live TV, saying, nah, bro, there's no problems. Nah, the rap community doesn't push this sort of stuff. Really?
And I could break down what's factually correct in the song Facts, and I could break down how Ben Shapiro started his career by saying, rap isn't music. So you got somebody featured on...
Ben Shapiro didn't start his career saying that. What are you talking about? Ben Shapiro said it like 12 months ago, 18 months ago. He was already a political figure long before that. Ben Shapiro has been around for like 10 years.
On your song who tweeted in 2019, fact, rap isn't music, and if you think it is...
2019, sorry, there you go. 4 years ago. Guess what? Was still a figure more than 4 years ago.
You're stupid. Well, that person is clearly not an anti-racist, intelligent person. Tom Macdonald owes it.
Why? Because he, what? Because he doesn't like rap? You don't like rap, so therefore you're stupid. Great argument. Khalib, whatever your name is. Great argument. You're stupid if you don't like rap.
The hip-hop community and
By the way, Ben Shapiro plays like the violin and is actually a violinist. I would say that's probably just as hard, if not as hard, as learning to rap. So when you sit there and say that he's stupid because he can't rap, well, then Ben Shapiro can turn around and say, well, you're stupid because you can't play the violin.
Apology for putting someone on a song that in 2009 writing for a white nationalist
he's talking about Breitbart, right? Breitbart, which, by the way, used to have Milo Yiannopoulos as their editor-in-chief or whatever it was, right? Who's a Jew and gay. They're trying to make out that Breitbart is a white nationalist figurehead or white nationalist publication, right? They literally employ Jews. Damn, those bad people from World War II really have some flexible morals when it counts. Now, I know to push back on the argument that's probably going to be in chat or in the comments. I know that Andrew, not Andrew, sorry. What's the guy that's in charge of Breitbart now? The name's on the tip of my tongue. Bannon. Steve Bannon. I know Steve Bannon has said that he is a alt-right, but that's because they have a different definition than what general people considered like right-wing or alt-right. They were saying that they're an alternative to the right, meaning it's sort of like the anti-establishment right. That's what he meant when he says he's alt-right. Now, look, at the end of the day, I think it was a big mistake on their part to even try and soften that term. I think they should have left it alone. And him and Milo have said this, that they're the alternative right, or alt-right. And like I said, I think it was a big mistake. I said at the time, it was a big mistake to go through and claim that.
Site Breitbart wrote an article saying rap is crap. These people don't respect hip-hop. Tom Macdonald was making...
So what? Oh my God, Ben Shapiro back in 2009 said something, or 2019 said something. Oh my God. His views can't change, people. They've got to be set in stone.
Rap for people.
Well, I think you're missing. Look, I played some of this stuff back to Ben Shapiro yesterday. I think you're slightly missing the point. He's lampooning the world of rap and hip hop?
Oh, I'm not missing the point.
Do you think
I'm
there's
not missing the point.
a lot of hypocrisy and double
You are definitely missing the point, my friend.
standard there?
I'm very clear that Ben Shapiro is lampooning hip hop. I'm very clear about that. I'm not under any misconception about this.
Even you must admit, when John Legend goes out of his way to rewrite the lyrics to Baby It's Cold Outside because of the Me Too campaign, because he thinks it's about sexual assault, but doesn't rewrite any lyrics from any hip-hop or rap song in the last 50 years, you've got to admit there is a ridiculous double standard there, isn't there?
I couldn't disagree more. I completely disagree.
Really?
With that because I think you're removing
This guy here, he's not as dense as he makes out to be. He's really, really not. He says the right thing, he pushes the right message, but he's really not as dense as he makes out to be. Because he's laughing right now because he's like, dude, you're an idiot.
all social, political, and historical context that goes into creating hip hop and equating it with the social, political context that goes into creating a Christmas
You genuinely think Baby
song.
It's Cold Outside is more offensive than anything that the
I
hip-hop...
didn't say that.
Well, you implied it.
I didn't say that. I said, no,
Yes,
I didn't imply it. I said you are...
No, you did say it. You did say it. You did imply it.
Removing context to make a false equivalency.
No, the
Please don't-
context is very
please don't
straightforward.
misquote
John
me.
Legend chose to rewrite the lyrics to Baby It's Cold
No,
Outside.
I understand.
But he didn't
Piers,
rewrite
Piers,
any of the
Piers.
offensive, misogynist, violent
Piers,
lyrics of his friends in the rap world.
Piers, I get that that's how you feel, but your feelings
It's not
ain't
a feeling,
facts.
it's a fact.
And the facts is...
This guy's looking like a complete tool right now, by the way.
Oh, no, that's not... Well, it's not a fact that it's a
It's a
problem
fact
that
that John Legend
That's a
hasn't
feeling.
rewritten any
And
lyrics
it's
to
not a
people in the
fact
hip-hop
and
world.
it's not a... Piers Morgan...
Yeah, you can see when people start stuttering, they start losing the argument.
John Legend is not your slave. He doesn't have to do what
He's
you
not my slave.
Once again, goes straight to the race thing. He's not your slave. Did Piers say he was a slave? He just simply said he hasn't rewritten any of these songs.
But he can be a hypocrite. And
Which is exactly the point. He's not a slave. No, you're right, he's not. But he is a hypocrite.
Then let's stop talking about John Legend, because this is not about John Legend. Let's talk about the song facts.
All right, but you...
The same guy,
I'm not deflecting.
the same guy that brings up Trump and goes on a Trump derangement syndrome for like 2 minutes is like, let's stay on topic.
And let's talk about the song facts.
Okay.
Okay, so can we get back to the
Hang
song
on,
facts?
let me
Okay,
bring in
the
DJ
first-
Vlad. He's
the
been
first
very...
lyric...
Talib, there's three of us here. Let me bring in
okay.
DJ Vlad.
Oh,
You
wow.
apparently, DJ Vlad, you're a culture vulture. What does that mean, first of all?
I mean, from my point of view, I think that's a slang for pretty much any white person in hip-hop. I've seen every prominent white person in hip-hop being called a culture vulture, from Steve Rifkin to Lyor Cohen to Eminem to Mac Miller.
Black people get called culture vultures. Also,
Really?
black people get
Who?
called culture vultures in this culture.
So it doesn't,
Not just white
it's
people,
not
also
skin
white.
skin color specific. You can be a black
No, it's
or
not.
white
It's not. It's
culture
not.
vulture. Right, okay. All
It's
right.
not. Absolutely.
Am I a
Absolutely.
culture vulture?
But white people do get it. White people do get a little heavier than others, and I've never minded being.
That's
called
right,
that.
because
For me,
white
it's
people.
fine.
That's
I'm not sure.
exactly
I-
right,
yeah.
because white people are the dominant group. That's how it goes. Racism is not logical or convenient for anybody. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
Can you name 5 people that get called culture vulture that are in the black community? Please? I would have asked him. I would have said, can you name 5?
white
I-
people
I
aren't the
don't mind.
dominant
My
group in music.
contribution-
Hang on. White people are not the dominant group in music anymore.
No, I would say they're not. Especially not in rap. Is there more white rappers around now? Sure. But they're not the dominant. The dominance was always the blacks.
I would say most of the
Yes, they
biggest
are.
stars
Yes,
in the
they are.
world right
Yes,
now
they
are not white.
White people own all of the record companies. White people own all of the record companies.
Okay, but they're not the rappers. Are you calling culture vultures to the rappers, or are you calling culture vultures to the people that own the music industries? I don't think this guy here owns a music company, right? I think he gets called a culture vulture because at the end of the day, he's a rapper. And guess what? The vast majority of rappers are black.
These Pierce. That's true.
Well, I
White
had that
people,
conversation
the
with
6 major
Kanye.
labels-
I had that conversation with Kanye, and he felt very strongly about it. And I had that conversation with him, and he may have a point about that.
White people own all of the
But it doesn't
money in
change the
world.
fact
That's
that many of the biggest and most successful and richest music artists in the world right now are black. That is also true.
All right, well, let's change places. How about we get all the money and y'all get to tap dance? How about that?
I don't think
You do get all the money! You moron! They just literally said the vast majority of the people that are the richest rappers in the world right now are black! It's only now just starting to change that the white guys can even get deals. How many years did Eminem say, I can't get a record deal because I'm white. I can't get a deal because I'm white. Oh, well, let's change place. You idiot. You are the people that are in the place.
I think you're short of a few, Bob, are you?
What'd you say?
What is his? Let's look up his. So, Talib Kweli's net worth. Oh shit.
I don't think you're.
Is worth $4 million according to this. Now these are, factually, pretty inaccurate, sure. But according to this, he's worth $4 million. Search for what's Tom? What's Tom Macdonald? So according to this website, it's worth 25 mil. But this one is saying his net worth is only 800,000. So, yeah, wildly different. That's what I say. These things are also very different. What's this one here? Net worth updated. Net worth is $2 million. So according to this one here, his net worth is less than this guy.
Short of a few bob, as we'd say in England. You've got a few dollars up your sleeve.
It does. The money is not about whether or not one individual makes.
You're the one saying we need to change places so that we make the money, and then when Piers pushes out or points out that you're worth a few bobs yourself, according to some sites, $4 million. He's like, oh, money's not. No, money's not. We're talking about it. Of course it's not. What's this? DJ Vladworth. He's saying his net worth is about 10 mil. That's decent worth. What's Tom on this one? $3 million. Yeah. Oh, Nova's worth 3 mil, sorry. Why is it when you go to Tom's, it brings up hers? He doesn't seem to have his own website, own page. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going.
I am an exception to the rule. The vast majority of my people are not rich.
Jay-Z? Kanye? Ice-T? Ice Cube? None of these people, the whole of NWA? Dr. Dre? None of these people are worth millions of dollars, according to this guy. Nah, bro, they're all fine. They're all good. Dr. Dre's fine. Dr. Dre is worth $500 million. Dre's fine, guys. He's the exception.
Rich people. And that's a fact. And I'm an exception to the rule because I make money doing conscious underground hip hop. I'm not doing pop hip hop. I'm not appealing to a MAGA fan base. I don't rap about materialism, misogyny.
Yeah, great. Your net worth is probably a lot less than what it was probably should be if you were signed with a major deal. Because guess what? You are a conscious rapper. You're proving Tom's point here, unwillingly.
I don't do any of that. So I'm the exception to the rule.
Type, it's good to have you on the program. Come back. I've enjoyed this debate.
Well, hold on.
I've got to move on.
Okay, but I want to say that Ben Shapiro has.
He's literally got a list of things to say. That's what he's reading it right now. He's got like a list of things to say on the line, on the radio, on TV.
A history of racist comments.
Yeah, you said that.
And for Tom MacDonald.
You know what?
Okay,
listen.
well then y'all should acknowledge that.
Okay, you said your bit. DJ Ethe, thank you for coming back on. Please come again soon. I enjoyed that debate. Thank you very much.
So at the end of the day, obviously he just got BTFO'd. This Caleb, whatever his name is, he just got BTFO'd by Piers Morgan. And at the end of the day, I do find it ridiculously funny that like he's like, you know, like, hey, no, you know, it's fine, bro. It's yeah, I'm an exception. The rest of the black people in the rap community are poor. What's Future's worth? Future is worth $50 million. Like, don't worry, I'm an exception. Oh, you're an idiot. All right. Guys, that'll be it for the interview part. Now, obviously, we're going to start going through and we're going to break down some of these rap songs. So this is going to be like a little bit extra. We'll probably go for about another hour, probably. How long have we been going for now? An hour? So we'll probably go for another 50 minutes. We'll wrap it up at 2 hour mark. So obviously the first guy I'd like to respond to is my boy Knox Hill, so to speak. He's put out a song called Family Curse. It's not really dealing with politics too much, but I do want to amplify this song as much as I can, even though I don't have much of an amplification message, but still. But this is Knox Hill, Family Curse, and let's play this. By the way, if you have any other songs that do have some sort of political message, especially, that you want to respond to, and we will respond to Dran the Rapper and everything soon, post them in the comments in chat, sorry, and if you're here live, and we'll break them down. So I will put the lyrics up on my other screen here. It does have a bit of a political message on it. He talks about like war and stuff, which is a bit of a stretch, I suppose, but... Alright.
Old German Shepherd with the German Shepherd. He was born as weathered leather. Oldest bourbon sellers never wrote but knew his letters. He was clever, but no smarts when the Fritz came calling. Whole world at war for the blitz. He was caught up though he made his family leave from the evil they would see. He had hoped they leave him be. Had his limbs chopped down to the trunk. That's when less about my family tree. Whoa.
So, old German Shepherd with a German Shepherd. Let's not the oldest bourbon seller. Whether let's hope the oldest bourbon seller never wrote but knew his letters. He was clever but not so smart. When the Fritz came calling, whole world at war for the Blitz. He was caught up though he made his family leave from the evil they would see. He hoped they'd leave him be. So, old German Shepherd with a German Shepherd. I'm guessing he was German. His father was German. And got caught in the World War II with the Nazis, maybe?
Grandfather was a career soldier. He served the red, white, and blue as he got older. Old Uncle Sam had his back and rubbed his shoulder. Then Vietnam happened, one landmine and he's blown up. Boom. Now my grandma's a widow. About to get deported, now the press is out a window. Now it's click, 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 headlines for the wife of a Vietnam hero. But it's cool, she got a medal. I just went...
So then, obviously, he's talking about the next person in the family. Grandfather was a career soldier. He served the red, white, blue as he got older. Uncle Sam had his back and rubbed his shoulder. The Vietnam happened and one landmine and it blew up. Boom. Now my grandmother's a widow and gets deported. Widow's about to get deported. Now the press is out her window. Now it's click, click, click for the headlines for the wife of a Vietnam hero. But it's so cool she got a medal. So his father served in Vietnam War for the Americans, and then when he was killed, they went to deport the mother, which is pretty bad. But it was because of the media making him out to be a hero that I presume she got to stay.
When it ran it out of hers, the devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse, about to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No, sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed. War widow lost a father and a husband.
So there he's just saying basically about how he thinks his family tree's cursed.
Now she's on her own in a country who don't love her. 3 kids, 2 jobs, and she can't afford a budget. But she got the medal from the president, don't touch it. One day downstairs in the kitchen making dinner, the curse intervened on a date you will remember. Youngest son upstairs was in need of intervention, playing hangman's noose, but there was no imagination. Had the belt around his neck, then the notch got stuck. He was running out of breath, and he tried to scream out, but no one could hear his stress. He collapsed on the floor, no air with seconds left. When mom rushes in, eyes open, he is dead. Well, another leaf falls from the tree. So young, he ain't even reach his teens. Just another tragedy. Guess he could have been an uncle to me.
So basically he's saying there that he's a war widow, lost her father and her husband, and now she's on her own country that doesn't love her because obviously she's still considered German. She has 3 kids, 2 jobs, and can't afford a budget. But she's got the medal from the president, don't touch it. Meaning it's still sort of like, you know, like it's like a presidential medal. So like, you know, it's revered a bit. One day downstairs, the kitchen's making dinner. The curse intervenes on a date that she'll remember. Young Stump upstairs playing with the hangman's noose, but then with no imagination. The belt gets stuck around his neck and notches got stuck. So obviously he was checking himself with asphyxiation and he not got stuck and he passed. But yeah.
I just went and ran it out of hers. The devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse, about to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No, sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed. Over time, I have tried to branch out and be different. I give and I
like that family tree, talking about like the tree, but then he talks about branching out.
Give, but I feel like something's missing. Someone, somehow, I'm trying to fix it, but I don't really know, I'm just trying to fill the picture. More tragedy struck when my grandmother died. My uncle lost his leg, then so much for the family line. My mom got divorced, but that's normal nowadays, so I guess that's fine. When my career self-destructs, just know it was all by design. My gift is a curse, and I rep the family ties. I stick to the script as I'm skipping through the lives. In the tree, drip, drip, gasoline. I light the match on my jeans as the smoke fills the skies, and I choke on the demise. But Greta Thunberg won't be happy, but it's fine. I dedicate
Greta Thunberg won't be happy, but it's fine.
these roots to my family's pie. I just went around it.
So, obviously, over time, I'm trying to branch out, be different. I've given it, but I feel like something's missing. Someone, somehow, I'm trying to fix it. He's talking about basically how, like, he's talking about, like, how he's tried to be different from his family, but he doesn't feel like it's, like, yeah, doing anything. Trying to be picture. More tragedy struck when my grandmother died. My uncle lost his leg then. Blip, blip, so much for the family line. When my mum got divorced, but that's normal these days, which is sad to say. So I guess that's fine. When my career self-destructed, just know it was by design. My gift is a curse and I rep the family ties. I stick to the script. I'm skipping through the lives. If the in the tree dipped in gasoline. I light the match on my jeans. The smoke flies, fills the skies. I'm shaking on the demise. Greta Thunberg won't be happy, but that's fine. I dedicate the roots to my family's pie.
It out of hers.
And by the way, the CGI tree on flames.
The devil and his keys, and I'm sitting in reverse. Tried to back up on my life and make it worse. Dealing with disease, and I know I can't be cured. I'm certain, I'm uncertain, and I'm certainly insured. No, sir, I assure you it's a circus over her. This ain't church. Climbing to the canopy, I'm winding up the family tree. It's nuts, but I think the family's cursed.
So that's Knox Hill. He has also got a song like 1984 or something like that, or 1884 or something, I think it's called. Is it 1984? Or is it 1884? Oh, hang on, 2084, is it? Yeah, 2084. So this is obviously a lot more political, this one.
Whispers in the darkness, fading. I am heartless, aiming for the marksman, the sages, for the godless. Regardless, I'm praying. It's the Father's. Father, please save me. Oh God. Burning books and verses as they force us in this service. All these lies that they've repurposed and conformed into the truth. Hail the youth, hail the youth. The future has been duped. Got us hooked on screens and likes and drive us further to the noose. I need truth, I need proof. So I find it in this contraband I stole inside a goose. Give me that loot. I've been on loop, I've been on oops. See me and I shoot. I ain't got time for the questions. Man, I'm so sick of the lessons. I've been stressing, second guessing everything that I know. Every lie told that they forced a remorse. The notes down my throat as I scroll through the quotes and I choke on these hopes. Need a rope and a hole, need a rope, but no. Critics all get hung from them. Speaking, get your tongue cut it, lungs cut it. Drug through the mud, your guts and stomach butted. Like a calf at slaughter, watch your sons and daughters carcass. Butcher carnage, cut in half and martyred, now departed. But there's no saviors here. You can only say what's been approved. You can only say what they played to you on the news.
So, I know it's a long verse, but burning books and verses as they force us into service, all these lives that they are repurposed, basically saying about them going through and basically reprogramming people. They conform us into the truth. Hail the youth, hail the youth. The future has been duped. Got us hooked on screens and drive us further to the noose. So saying about how they're driving us like to like self-delete and stuff like that through like social media and stuff. I need truth, I need proof, so I find it in the contraband. He's talking about how like he needs to find the truth of things, and so he's like searching through the areas that generally will get like shadow banned and stuff, like our channel. I stole inside a goose. Give me that loot. I've been on a loop. I've been on oops. Send me that shot. I ain't got time for the question. Man, I'm so sick of the lessons. I've been stressing, given second guessing everything that I know. Every lie they told us, they're forced. Obviously, he's talking about social media or mainstream media here. No remorse. All the notes I've written down in my throat. I scroll through the quotes. I choke on these hopes. I need a rope in a hole. I need a rope, but no. Critics get all hung from them. So he's saying about people that think independently generally get hung by the rope. Speaking and get your tongue cut, lungs gutted, dragged through the mud, your guts and stomach buttered like a calf at slaughter. Watch your sons and daughters' carcass, butchered carnage, cut in half and martyred, now departed, but there's no saviors here. You can only say what's been approved. So he's talking about the fact that you can't talk out of turn, go against the narrative, that at the end of the day that like you've got to like conform to society, otherwise they basically gut you and kill you. So know the feeling, bro. Know the feeling very, very well.
Microchip and track you as you catch a jet to Mars. Payments sending water, they control the reservoirs. Air you breathe has been polluted. Every school has seen a shooter. Raising humans by computers. Every newborn turned abuser. Genetic codes and algorithms. Altruism has been dated. What you made it has been taking shit. Welcome to the future. My whole world is built for fear. I have known that there's a where I can go, the road is theirs. Oh no. Back with the rhythm of the system.
So microchips will track you as you catch a jet to Mars. Payments set in water. They control the reservoirs. So he's talking about how like microchips in the computers and stuff track you everywhere you go. Every school has seen a shooter. Raising humans by computers. Every newborn turned abuser. He's talking about how like these kids are raised by computers and phones and how they end up being shooters. Genetic code in the algorithms. Altruism has been dated. When you make it's been taken. When you go to the future, when you go from here, the whole world is built from fear. It's talking about like the media and stuff like that. I have known that there is nowhere I can go. The road is there. And then, oh no.
I've been living in this prison for too long. Time to rise up for the mission. For too long we just listen, listless. Now it's time to pivot. Now it's time to insert difference. Just listen. Freedom fighters with no fear of dying. They sold us guns to hit the streets with violence. Told us speak with silence. Don't heed the sirens. They created race. Let us compete the fighters. Keep on fighting. Paper leads to keep us quiet. News distracts that feed the fires. Reek liars. Peek behind the iron gate. Seek assignment. Need alignment. Why you hate that hide behind the higher gates? And so we ride and rise for change. Fists up. Click.
So there's a lot in that one too. Back from the rhythm of the system. I've been living in this prison for far too long. He's talking about like digital phones and stuff making a prison for you, I presume. Time to rise up from the mission so long as we listened. Now it's time to pivot. Now it's time for us to insert difference. Freedom fighters with no fear of dying. He's talking about people that like stand up and don't fear death. They They sold us guns and hit the streets with violence. They taught us to speak with silence. We don't heed the sirens. He's basically just talking about like freedom fighters and people that speak up. Yeah, really good verse actually. Keep on fighting, paying police to keep us quiet. News distract us. They fear the fires. Yeah.
Get the trigger, here come the rebellious ones with zealous guns. It does stick up. Sick of the control, pickets in the fold, pick it in the mold, trick it in the rows. I ain't one of those, but I'm sick of being broke, sick of pitting like a store, dip into the road, trick 'em switching up the clothes, hit the mode, then I pour 40 out, 40 more for my homies on the post, how it goes. Jeez, I ain't one for the resolution, rise up for the revolution. Sick of the solution, time for evolution, where's restitution, reparations, enemies of 40 acres, what's a mule, son? The enemy is in the institution.
So basically, fists up, click up, get the trigger. Here comes the rebellious ones with the zealous guns. It's time to stick off the control, thick up in the fold. He's basically saying about how people are like rising up against institutions. But yeah.
Silent as they rise, you can see the writing in the lies. You can see the violence in my eyes. But heaven's for the sinners, our stories not remembered. always been forgotten by the winners.
So that's Knox Hill as well with the Butterfly Effect in 2084. It's actually got a good song actually. It's on my playlist. Right, and then after that, oops, sorry. And then after that, we then also have Duran the Rapper, who's a very conscious rapper as well, who's also talked about how, like, selling drugs and stuff can't sell albums. This is a very short song, but let's break this down.
The street shit, they don't wanna give it to you real. Flashing cash all up on Instagram, that should advance money from the deal. Niggas worth 10 mil, move to Hollywood, still acting like they in the field. It's easy to talk shit on social media when you safe living in the hills. It's okay for niggas to keep talking about killing each other in every song. But if you mention one word about the LGBT, that shit is wrong. It don't even be about them, they just think it is. They cancel you, now you gone. I don't even know if Lil Nas X gay, I just think they use him as a pawn. I just speak on how a nigga really feel, I know I'll never be trending. I ain't never changed like them other dudes, I've been the same nigga since the beginning. I think they wanna take all the little black boys, make sure they grow up to be women. Everything on TV is gay now, you can't tell me they ain't no agenda. My sister told me don't be ignorant, get the vaccine, it'll help. Well, she know damn well the government ain't never give a fuck about a nigga health. If they do, how come they only give us free health care when we locked in a cell? Which reminds me, free my nigga Ace, hold it down, hope you're doing well. If you rap about the same shit as everybody else, your views will go up. Social media don't want nothing positive, they don't want niggas to grow up. I make songs trying to get niggas to stay out the streets, I get no love. But as soon as I start talking about how I used to sell crack, this shit blow up. It's all about hoes and bitches. I'm in the coldest business. I'm one of the coldest in it. My heart and my soul is in it. I'm running the whole division. I'm on the road to riches. You on the road to snitching. You told on your code to finish. So scared to go to prison. I hope you won't be living. You wanna act so hard in the streets, I can see through you niggas hella soft. Soon as they get caught by the pigs, then they wanna switch, run and tell it all. When you locked up, they take all your money in the drugs. Who you gonna call? That's the reason I be trying to tell all these little kids not to get involved. What you know about getting flicked with 100 old pandas all up in the car? Scared to death, think you about to go to jail, but you try to stay calm. Told the car park, they ain't find shit. I'm just glad they ain't bring the dog. They had me in the back of the cop car, they ain't even know this shit was in my drawers. What's up with all these bitches on TikTok?
So I know there's a lot to this, and he doesn't sort of have a chorus or anything like that, really. But everybody's talking about the street shits. They don't want to give it to you real. Flashing the cash all up on Instagram. Yo, that advanced money for the deal. N-word worth 10 mil, moving to Hollywood, still acting like they're in the field. It's easy to talk shit on social media when you're safe living in the hills. It's okay for N-word to keep talking about killing each other the other day, every other song. But if I mention one word about the LGBT, that shit is wrong. You don't even agree to be about them. They just think it's the way they cancel you now, or now you're gone. It don't even be about them. They just think it is. Yeah. I don't even know if Little Knox S is gay. I just think they use him as a pawn. I just speak out N-word really feel. I know I've been trending. I'll never be trending. That's interesting. Because that's like, Tom has problems like trending and stuff too, right? I ain't ever challenged like them other dudes. I've been the same N-word since the beginning. I don't think they want to take the little boys, make them grow up to be women. I think they want to take the boys, sorry. So, like, you know, basically, he's like basically hitting on everything that Tom's saying, right? Is that when you go through and when you grow up and stuff, like, you know, they're trying to make you into gangsters and the hoes and stuff like that. And he's another conscious rapper that's still, which, by the way, this song is fantastic.
TikTok going live thinking that they cool. Only reason niggas be watching cause they be thirsty and think you cute. If you try something that requires talent, they won't give a fuck what you do. Try not shaking your ass being half naked and see if you get all them views. What do I know? I'm just a broke nigga in the streets delivering pizza. My bitch think that if I get rich from making it rapping that I'm a leaver. She the only one to help me down and have my back. I won't ever cheat her. I'm grinding to the top, they can't bring me down, not even with anesthesia. Well, I'm the hardest nigga spitting in the game. Duran the Rapper better remember my name. I just wanna feed the fam, fuck all the fame. Same broke nigga from the free won't ever change. I swear I'm the hardest nigga spitting in the game. Duran the Rapper better remember my name. I just wanna feed the fam, fuck all the fame. Same broke nigga from the free won't ever change.
I would like to see Duran the Rapper talking or doing a record with Tom. I think that would be fantastic. I really do. I don't know if the styles really work together, but It'll be interesting. Be definitely interesting. All right. What else have we got? What's this one? Random neighborhood. I don't know this one.
I was selling crack pills and weed, I had different flavors. Too much traffic at the house, police had to raid it. Had one too many complaints by the fucking neighbors. I got set up by a geeker, he's a fucking traitor. If it wasn't for my nephew, them charges would have been so much greater. I flushed everything I had on me, that shit was major. You don't believe the shit I'm saying, you's a fucking hater. It's public record, you can see it, check the fucking papers. Ain't never snitch, ain't never fold, so I'm a fucking gangster. Fuck every nigga who ever told, you's a fucking wankster. Ain't in the streets no more, still follow the code, ain't never change. If you play both sides of the field, then you in fucking danger. I wish we could go back in the time when niggas was using pages. I don't believe a word these niggas be saying, they entertainers. Instagram and TikTok got these niggas thinking they famous. Your whole hood know you's a bitch, that's why you chill with strangers. You ain't never seen a hoe break of that white bitch. You see a nigga get on, you wanna dry snitch. Hope you get your teeth pulled out with a vice grip. And a nigga strangle you until you're lifeless. Anytime my niggas get in a crisis, like my bitch, we always keeping them tight lips. Real G's, they always moving in silence.
So at the end of the day, the interesting thing is he does sing about the drugs and all that sort of stuff. But like he says in the songs, like this has got 104,000 views.
Everybody talking about...
This one's only got 199,000 views. Now, I think this song is far inferior than Still
Everybody
Breathing.
talk.
I think this is a fantastic song. But, like, yeah. It definitely is true that if you sing about, like, drugs and bitches and stuff, your records definitely get pushed. You know, and this is sort of like going back to this argument with Piers Morgan and what Tom Macdonald was saying. It definitely does happen. Is there a Still Breathing 2? I thought I saw there was a second one. There is, yeah.
I got 8 kids, 4 baby mamas and a fiance. To me, she look better than Beyonce. She want a storybook wedding with a marijuana setting. That's at least 30,000 that I ain't trying to pay. I'm a simple ass nigga. We would go get married inside of the courtroom if I had it my way. Trying to convince her to get married in Vegas. We could save money having McDonald's as an entree. I ain't cheap, bitch, I'm broke. Niggas thinking I'm ballin', but I'm 50,000 behind in child support payments. When you start making real moves, bitches wanna choose, but there's still gonna be a whole lot of folks hating. Never thought I'd have people in different countries who fuck with me. Thank you for putting my music in rotation. They won't let me leave the US, but I'ma show so much love when I finally make it to your location. Stop saying I do political rap, this is hip hop. Fuck a conservative and a liberal. We sending billions of dollars to other countries when we got kids staying in places that's barely livable. This shit is sad, all these homeless people in the streets with nowhere to go. We treat them like they're invisible. I don't know what this world is coming to be honest, I'm just pissed off, my life is so pitiful. Everybody wanna be famous and rich, I just wanna be able to feed my fam doing what I love to. I had to learn quick in this industry, ain't nobody gonna do shit for you for free, don't nobody love you. And them same motherfuckers who ain't wanna help you out, see you coming up, now they tryna bug you. I won't never fall victim to this sinister shit, I done seen too many times what these drugs do. If I can make 50,000 a year from my music, I'll be happy as long as I keep complete command. Shit, we can eat good off that, I've been surviving for this long with less being a pizza man. All these labels bullshitting to take every single dollar you make and throw you outside with a piece of ham. I ain't never been afraid to say what's on my mind, I'ma make all you motherfuckers wanna delete the rant. The alphabet community keep telling me that I'm homophobic, all because I want my kids to be straight. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry that I don't want my son to be a daughter. If you could respect it, that would be great. Call me what you want, dumb, stupid, ignorant, transphobic, shit, even a cheapskate. Say what you please about the rapper, the one thing you won't ever be able to say is he fake. And I ain't never told anybody not to go get the vaccine. Stop putting words in my damn mouth. It's your body, your choice, I don't give a fuck what you do. Just don't think you know what Duran's about. I speak my mind.
I like that. That was always my argument. I don't care if other people want to rush out and get the vax. Just don't tell me I have to get it.
Uplift the men, protect the kids. Fuck all you bitches looking for handouts. I say what I say cause I mean it. Don't you ever compare me to other niggas who be looking for some damn clout. I've been rapping like this before you even heard of him. Stop saying my flow is stolen, that shit is dumb. Okay, I get it, we both light skinned, we both rap. He just happened to blow up and I'm still a bum. I ain't saying he sold out, but I never will. I would
I wonder who he's talking about there.
Just happened to blow up and I'm still a bum. Cause I mean it, don't you ever compare me to other niggas who be looking for some damn clout. I've been rapping like this before you even heard of him. Stop saying my flow is stolen, that shit is dumb. Okay, I get it, we both light skinned, we both rap. He just happened to blow up and I'm still a bum. I ain't saying he sold out, but I never will. I would never sell my soul just to get a crumb. Dude, you should do a song with him. How? He's on a whole different level and I ain't paying to set up none. To all the females who salty by me telling the truth, get used to it, cause all I spit is raw shit. If you
I wonder if he's talking about Tom there. He's on another level. I wonder if it's like Tom. Must be.
Open up your legs for a different nigga every night. The least you could do is do shit or wash it. Better enjoy it while you can, cause by the time you hit 30, we gon' be saying all you hoes done lost it. Before I sip on a bitch, I'd rather go to Mississippi and drink a whole gallon of water out the faucet. Damn. Fuck with me, originality or fine. You ain't never heard or seen a nigga like me on this grind. So many people be hating and try to see me all the time. They don't want me to shine, cause I'm one of a kind.
I wonder if they say in the comments who he's talking about. Yeah, it doesn't really... Doesn't really say who they're talking about. I'm suspecting he might be talking about Tom. Says about he's on another level. But, yeah. Apart from that, guys, that might be it for the day. We might wrap it up here, and we'll probably do this every Sunday night, Monday morning for me, and maybe a little bit earlier, but around this time. Just do a live show, and you guys have anything you want to talk about, you can jump in. And apart from that, we'll just cover some topics, cover some music. It'll be a different thing every week, but let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourself, everybody. Thanks, everybody who was in here, obviously tuning in. Tactical Ferrets, John, obviously in chat. And everybody that watches it at a later date, thank you. Apologise for the connection issue and the shadow banning. But, you know, it's YouTube. They don't like us. Have a great night and enjoy, everybody.